Just kidding. Hi, good evening. This is Maribel. So, our topic for tonight is eyeshadow primers, paint pots, and eyeshadow pencils. Okay. A lot of people are asking me, or a lot of my coworkers are asking me at work, like, how am I able to make my eyeshadow last the whole 8-hour shift? And sometimes if I do doubles, I still have the same eye makeup. So the secret is, actually it's not a secret because everybody in the YouTube land and in the makeup industry knows that you need primers. You need primers to make your eyeshadow last longer. This primers doesn't just prime or prep your eyelids, it also acts as a barrier between the oil in your lid and the eyeshadow that you're gonna put on your eyes. So, one of my favorites are the Urban Decay eyeshadow primers. Actually, this is not my favorite because this is the shimmery one. I like the matte finish one, the purple one. Unfortunately, I already finished up that one and I threw up the bottle, so I can't show you, but of course, obviously, if you guys know, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, this particular eyeshadow primer is shimmery, like this. If you can see it, this one's shimmery. It has a shimmery finish. So all you gotta do is just distribute this all over your lid like a thin film. There, but it's not that shimmer when it's in there already. Like, you see, it just gives out of tiny specks of light. I'm not sure if it reflects light or something, but I think if you are intending to wear like shimmery eyeshadows, this kind of primer will be a good choice, especially if you're opting for like a shimmery eye makeup. But if you opt for like what do you call that? A more matte look, matte finish primers would be a good choice. And actually, this matte primers can also be used, you know, if you want to use shimmery eyeshadow. It's also a good. It will give you a good canvas as well. And another primer is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance in Candlelight. I have the blue one, which is also a matte finish, but I don't have it with me right now. I think it's in my luggage, so I'm like lazy to take it out. This one also has a shimmery consistency or shimmery finish. This Shadow Insurance Candlelight. It has softly illuminating, has anti-crease eyeshadow primer. Like, if you can see right there, it's shimmery as well. And then you just, same thing, you just distribute it all over your lid like a thin film, and it will prep your eyelid for your eyeshadow. It will help your eyeshadow becomes more vibrant, more pigmented looking. It'll help make your eyeshadow last. An eyeshadow, let me see, let's try this green one. So let's use this green one on a hand without a primer. See, well, it's vibrant, but with a primer, let's see the difference. It's more vibrant. It's more vibrant than this one, and this one, it fades easily, and this one, see, even if you do that, there's more color. So this one is faded already in this one. Ooh, that's a nice example. So there you go. So that's the benefit of using a primer. It helps your eyeshadow last longer. Okay, another one of my favorites, well, this is actually my go-to eyeshadow, eyeshadow primer at this time. The Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place. Because I ran out of the Urban Decay one, and I discovered this Double Wear Stay in Place eyeshadow base from Estee Lauder. This is like a paint pot, but it's creamier than that because it's a primer. It's not really a paint pot, but it's in a pot, so it looks like a paint pot. See, it's nude in color, and if you put it on it, it helps even out the tone of your skin, and it actually helps with the pores. See, it kinda blurs out your pores. You can see that. So it helps make your eyelid become like a good canvas for your eyeshadow. And so these are the primers: the Estee Lauder Double Wear, the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. But I'm sure there's more out there. Here's another stuff that you can use for your eyelid to make your shadow stay longer, like this paint pots. I have this MAC Pro Longwear paint pot in vintage selection. This one is like well, it looks rose gold in person, but it looks silvery on the video. And if you apply it, it has that shimmer. If you look at it, you can use this like by itself, or you can put an eyeshadow on top of it. But actually this is like a good eyeshadow by itself. Like if you want, you know, if you're like an on-the-go girl, like you just want to put color and some shimmer on your eyelid without having the trouble of like blending and doing this and that. So you just put it on, then get out the door and go. But this one is really good. So what I usually do is like do my primer and wait a few seconds and then add this primer, add this paint pots on top of it, especially if you have oily lids. Doubling your protection on your eye, or doubling the barriers, will help make your eyeshadow last longer. Okay, another one that you can use as a primer or as a base for your eyeshadow is this MAC soft ochre paint pot. Well, this one dried out on me already. It's just the edges though, but the inside it's still creamy, still soft and creamy. And this is how it is. It's like yellowish, but it has a matte consistency, just like the Double Wear, the Estee Lauder Double Wear. There. This is also a good base for your eyeshadows. So if you don't want to use eyeshadow primer, you can also use these paint pots by itself or with alongside the primers. Another base that you can use for your eyeshadow are the jumbo pencils. This one is from NYX. This is the Strawberry Milk. See, it's actually an eyeshadow. You can use it as an eyeshadow by itself like the paint pot, or you can use this to put on your shadow on top of it. So I usually do that, and I don't know if you can see most of my tutorials, I put this This is the NYX one, and this is the Sephora one. This is the Sephora Jumbo Pencil. I really like using this. Oh, see, they're both shimmery. I just put it on top of my lid, and then distribute the product all over my lid, and then put in my eyeshadow. It actually helps make my eyeshadow more vibrant. It helps the eyeshadow to adhere more to the primer. So I'm kind of like doubling the barriers, or I prefer these cream ones. The cream looking ones that feels like a cream and finish like a powder kind of primers. So to sum it up, you can use eyeshadow primers such as these, the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Potion, the Shadow Insurance, and the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place. Or you can use the paint pots, and you can also use this jumbo crayons. It's not really a crayon, it's an eyeshadow pencil. So you can use this as a base. Or you can use this in conjunction with your primers. Or your primers and with the paint pots. So it's up to you. So with the paint pots, you can use them by itself. My eyeshadow lasts longer and more, and it's more vibrant if I combine the eyeshadow primer and then put a eyeshadow pencil or paint pot on top of it. My shadows kind of last longer. That's it, folks. Good night.